Okay, hi there. So, I'll be up front. This is a video to help a friend out. It's going to be going into a few things like the different tabs of the book, as well as some of the principles with battles, more so losing, and then explaining about jelly beans in hopefully as much detail as I know. If this isn't a video for you, then thank you for your time. There are probably better videos out there for what you need. If you're sticking around, much appreciated, and let's get right into it. So open the book, first tab, options and codes. So this is mainly how you're going to get out of the game. You can also use it to get into options, configure this how you will. Everyone's got their own way of playing, so I'm not going to go through this too much in detail. Codes as well, I don't know any offhand, so you'll have to find them yourself. You can change the speed chat colour. Kind of forgot you could do this, so I'm actually going to change this to orange, my favourite colour. And that's pretty much it for this page. Right, so now we've got the district page. So this is all the different servers, I guess is the easy way to explain it, for ToonTown. I think everyone starts in Welcome Valley when doing the tutorial, and then they end up in any of these other ones. Main reason for different districts is, well, I don't actually know. I know some of them only allow speed chat, so if you don't want to hear people typing messages out and just using that, those are great for that. One of the main reasons I found for wanting to go to different districts is to try and avoid the invasions if you're just trying to get through normal gameplay. Yeah, you can see how many people are there, so if you're trying to find people to help you, not a lot of people around, find a different server. I think Zapwood is usually one I go to, because it's usually quite full. That or Splat Summit seem to be the one people gravitate to more. It might change in the future, I don't know, but that's basically, I say, you press the teleport here button and you'll jump to that server, or district as they call it. Not much else to say about this one. Next one, map. So as you go through the game, you'll find more places. I've been to 4 so far, so I can see them. It's not really a lot you can do. As you go through, you'll get tasks to be able to teleport around. I can only go to ToonTown Central, but we're already here, so there is no point doing that. You'll have 2 buttons at the bottom, depending on where you are. You'll either have the Go Home button, Go to Playground, or if you're in one of the what's the best way to describe it? If you go through one of the tunnels to go into a lane, you'll have both buttons. I don't really know what else to say about this one. There's not really much to it. Not really much to explain. So we'll go on to inventory. So this is where you'll have all of your gags. It'll show you what gags you can have, and it also shows you how many of them you have. I'm going to be explaining about battles later on, more so for my friend, so I'll go into this a little bit more, but more so about what happens when you lose. But you can also see how much... I'll try that again, sorry. You can see how far along you are to unlocking your next track, or your next gag. So at 400, I'll unlock this one. Then I think it's like 2000. I don't know what's after that. It also shows you what other gags you can get. I'll explain a little bit more how you get them when I get down the pages. It also shows you how many jelly beans you have on hand. There's a specific reason I only have 3. I'm going to go into that more when I get to what happens when you lose a battle. and then I'm going to do a whole bit about jelly beans at the end. So the next page is Toon Tasks. So as you can see, I've got 2 at the moment. You start off only being able to have 1 at a time, but then you'll get tasks to be able to get more. Not really much else to say. There's so many different Toon tasks that trying to explain them all would be pointless. One thing that me and my friend, one of the people I've been playing this with, found out is depending on how high your laugh number is, so how high your health is, it does appear to be that some tasks are gated behind being a certain level, I guess. I think that's how they use... I guess they're using the laugh health as how far along you are. So if you see Toon tasks that give you a laugh point boost, probably do them every so often just to make sure you're not unintentionally staying in the beginning of the game. Not much else I can say about that. So we'll go on to gag training. So this ties into why a lot of the inventory slots are empty at the moment. Because you have to get a gag training finished. I think in every area you'll eventually get the choice between 2 types of tasks. I believe to memory the first one you can either pick to get sound or you can pick to get tune-up. I think what I'm about to say will probably help everyone overall. If you're playing on your own and you don't expect to be playing with people very often, I would advise going for sound first. If you know you're going to be playing with other people, or you're going to have someone you're constantly playing with, then it shouldn't matter if you go for tune-up. The reason I say this is you have to heal another toon for the system to actually give you the points towards getting the next gag. If you just use it and no one gets healed, I don't believe you get the points. If someone comes along with this to clarify, please put it in the comments, it would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, once you get all of them, get this last one, you unlock the first one in it, and then you just start the process of leveling that up as you do the first 2 you get for free. So the next page is the cog gallery. I don't know all that much about this one. I'm not really sure what the numbers signify. I know once you get to... So like with bottom feeder I've got 23 out of 30. Once it hits 30, I know the number goes up again, so there might be a reward for getting all the way, I'm not sure. But as you beat cogs, they'll start filling up in here, so you'll know what cogs there are. So because I haven't really fought many of the big ones, I've only got like basically the bottom 3. But as you go to like the later part of the game, you'll see the bigger dudes, or dudettes, because there are female ones. Which is nice to see that they're expanding outwards like that. Next one is fishing. I'll explain more about this with the jelly bean part, but this will just show what's in your bucket and how much it's all worth. Not much else to say there for now. Snapshots, I mean, the game explains it better than I can. I'll just hang on this page for a bit. Okay, so next page will be events. They're self-explanatory. They explain. You hover over them, they'll explain it. Can't really say much else because, again, the game explains it well. There are 2 tabs that I don't currently have because I haven't bought the necessary item to unlock it, I guess. There's one that shows a toon cart, which I'm guessing you can use. I believe they're tickets. I haven't done much with it, so I don't know, but you can use tickets to buy the cart, and then you can upgrade it. And then there's also gardening, which, again, similar process. No, not similar process. You have to buy the thing to unlock it, but then I'll show it when we get to the jelly bean bit, because I have to go back to the home to explain part of it, so it'll be easier then. But yeah, that's everything I can explain of the book at the moment. So now well, I did actually need the district to be a right. Okay. So we're going to move here, so I basically force my character to fight high level cogs for the purpose of losing quicker, so it doesn't take too long. So we'll go in here, and yeah, so you see they're level 7. These guys aren't normally at this level. Like, the highest level you normally get is 3. But we'll fight him, and pray this don't take too long. But then I can explain what happens when you lose a battle. So I'm just going to pass. Yeah, you see why the higher level I just lost nearly half my life in one turn, when normally the most they deal is 5, 6 at a time. Because it's usually the highest level you get is level 3. So I'll just keep passing. Hopefully my toon doesn't do that and make this drag out. If it does a few more times, I'll probably cut this bit out. No, there we go. We're definitely going to lose in a minute. So yeah. So here we go. So this is what happens when you lose. The cog will do his little dance, but that's not important. Alright, so at this point, I'm going to be going over the battle loss. If you don't want to know about this, then I'll make the skip point. Or I'll have the skip point be where I go to the home, because I'll explain that bit about the jelly beans first. So if you want to just go to that, more than welcome. But I'll explain about the battle now. So we've lost. Our toon's sad. So we can't get any laugh points until this goes up. But what also happens is we've lost all of the gags we've had stockpiled. So more so for my friend, but for anybody else, you don't lose access to the gags you have. You only lose the ones that you've got stocked. So they're all at 0, but I can still buy gags, so I can replenish them. So you don't lose access to them, they don't get locked, nothing like that. You just lose the ones you have. So we'll go to the gag shop, and I'll show you that I can still buy any old gag I want. Probably should have got closer while I was doing this. Food for thought for the future. Yeah. So come in, so I can just buy there. So not locked out, not lost. Just got to buy them again. Obviously, we're low on health, so we don't want to go out yet. You can wait around for it to heal up, or when you're in the playground, you'll have little things like the ice cream here. Depending on the playground, it will be different. But as you can see, by running over it, you can go up by 3 health. Depending on the playground, I think the health increase is different. But anyway, one thing to mention is if you double... I'll explain this during the jelly bean bit actually, so let's go to the home. So okay, so now we're at the home. I'll start explaining jelly beans. For anyone that decided to skip this bit, and for those of you that are wondering what I started to say, when you're walking, so wherever you've got bound to your forward key, So I've got mine set as W just because that's where my hand naturally rests for it. If you double press it quickly, you will start running. So you don't just have to walk everywhere, you can actually run. Which does make a considerable difference, so it's worth keeping that in mind. But yeah. So right, this is why I wanted to come here. I wanted to explain the gardening bit. Or explain it a little bit. Sadly I won't have visual cues for this because I don't have the item yet. But oh no, I can actually buy it. Okay, never mind. So I'll go through it properly then, so we can. So here's the gardening kit that you need to actually do gardening. So we'll buy that. Hopefully it gets delivered right away. But while we wait to see if that happens, we'll come back here, just pick up a few jelly beans so we can do this. So yeah. Unfortunately it doesn't fill up quickly. There we go. So I can hold 50. So we'll take them. Yeah, there we go. That's what we needed to see. So go back outside, we'll grab that, and then I can explain what I know about gardening. Yeah. I'll say when you get the item, read this in your own time. It'll probably be easier. But yeah. So when you get, you'll start getting plots of land around, plots of dirt around your house and whatnot. So you can go in here and you can choose a jelly bean to plant. I'm going to pick cyan. I've never done that before. Let's see if it plants. Rightio. So it does. That's good to know. So when you do this, you will lose the jelly bean for now. However, when the plant fully grows, you can then sell it back off. You'll usually get your money back, or your jelly bean back, and a bit more. So don't worry about losing the jelly bean, because you will be able to sell the plant to get more. But train of thought went on me there, I apologise for that, people. So that's one of the things you can do with the jelly beans. So I think that's all there is really for the home screen. Oh, actually no, these two guys appeared right at the point I needed them. So these are some of the things you can buy with jelly beans. I believe they're from the pet shop. Why is the screen not letting me do what I want? So I bet it's because there's both of them that it's bugging out. Right. So this is one of the only things I don't know what it does, but I know you lose the jelly bean by doing this, so you don't get it back or anything. But you can feed these guys, and like I say, the jelly bean will be gone. So this is the only instant that I'm aware of where you cannot get the jelly bean back by feeding them. So like those two jelly beans I just fed, they're gone. They ain't coming back. I don't have any way of getting it back. So if you don't want to lose jelly beans, or you don't like the thought of that, more so from my friend, but anybody else that's watching this, if you don't like the thought of that, don't feed them. I don't think there's anything detrimental to not feeding them. I think it's just a little thing you can do. Alright, so we'll go back to the playground now, so I can show the one other thing you can do. So, as I believe I said earlier, the fishing. So if you've got jelly beans, any playground or any lane will have a pond you can fish in. So I'm going to try and catch a fish first. Hopefully I can. Okay, so I was close enough. So yeah, that one jelly bean has effectively turned into 4 jelly beans because I caught one that's a value of 4. If I can catch another one. Okay. So here's an example of when you've completely missed. So if you haven't hit them, you'll have a timer in the corner. For the sake of argument... Oh, okay, he walks over it there. Right, so I'm just going to launch this over here. So let's say I thought one was over here. None of them are there. So if I recast... So if I click on this again, to fish again, the jelly bean I used is gone. It won't come back. I don't sort of reel it in to use it again. I'd say I missed again. So they're gone. That's why I consider fishing to be a high risk, high reward. Technically speaking, because you can, if you get really bad luck, you just lose you can lose your jelly beans. So that's the riskier way of getting jelly beans. Or using them, I should say. The other way to get your jelly beans that's risk-free would be the trolley. This would be more a word of advice than any real helpful, but if you're trying to get jelly beans just to get gags, I would probably advise just going on the trolley on your own, like this. If someone jumps on with you, just hop off and let them go on their own. If you're just getting a stockpile of jelly beans, doesn't really matter if you're with other people because you can just keep on playing. Oh, here we go. Forgot about this bit, but I'm glad I came back on here. So this will show you what you've got in your fish bucket, and then it will show you how much it is altogether. So, technically speaking, I lost 2 jelly beans there, but because the 2 fish I got were worth more than that, I've made more jelly beans than I lost. So, it does balance itself out. Pretty much think that's everything I needed to go over, that I wanted to go over to help my friend out. So, if there's anything I've missed, or if there's anything that people who come across this video want me to explain more, by all means leave a comment. I'll either reply to that, or if there's enough different things that people want to know that I have the information for, I'll probably do another video for it, just to try and tie it all together. But pretty much think that's everything that I wanted to go through. I don't believe there's anything else I feel I need to go through at the moment. So to anyone who's made it to the end of the video, thank you very much. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you just sitting down listening to me. I've probably butchered a few things. I've probably really done badly at explaining all this. Any advice, any help on that front, just please leave a comment. I don't do videos too often. I probably haven't done one in goodness knows how many years, so any advice, any tips, always welcome, always helpful. But yeah, I think that's it. So I will let you all get on with your day, and I hope it's a good one. Ciao!